Yeah. All week we talked about brothers are born for adversity. And, it'd been a rough couple of weeks. And for our team and our brotherhood to really stand strong, stand resilient in the face of adversity, really, really proud of the senior class. Proud of those 20 men. Really proud of Matt Zollers for the way he played tonight. Obviously started really fast and then bounced back after the interception. Obviously, Ahmad Hardy had a career game, only the second time in school history to have a 300-yard rusher. Wait for him to bounce back after the fumble. And then, obviously, our defense. The goal line stand, and then picking up the muffed field goal. Toriano Pride had a career night, obviously, with the pick six, too, and Marvin Burks. We challenged them all week. We needed 2 turnovers, and they got 2 turnovers for touchdowns. So really, really proud of the defense. So with that, I'll take questions.
Start here with Eli.
Coach, 49 points, and I think you were only in the red area once.
Yeah,
if you have any games like that, and just what do you kind of make of a game where you're scoring from that far out and with your defense?
Well, I mean, yeah, we had explosive runs. Ahmad had explosive runs, I think 2 for sure, and then we threw the other 2 touchdown throws, and we had 2 touchdowns for the defense. So sometimes that's the way the game's played. I thought Kirby did a nice job calling the game tonight. Really was efficient on our possession and 10s, which is what we really needed to do to get our guys confident. And I thought he did a good job of getting Matt going early, which was good. And then obviously Ahmad took over.
You're right here in the middle.
Coach, Ahmad's obviously going to get a lot of the ink for passing the 300 mark, but speak to what your O-line did as a unit, pushing consistently into that second level and so forth.
Yeah, I thought the O-lines and tight ends obviously prevented penetration, allowed him to get to the second level. But then he did the rest. Once the holes started, they were playing quite a bit of man-to-man, which prevents overlap in the defense. And I think his speed really, surprised him. This game means a lot to him. He was a Mississippi young man who wasn't recruited by that school, and so it was really important and meant a lot to him. And I'm proud of him.
Cal.
A lot made of Ahmad's usage in recent weeks and the amount he's been touching the ball. What was different tonight, or about his use rate or his just execution?
I have no idea about any previous game or all that stuff, and really don't tie into any of that. Tonight he had a great game. We blocked really well, and Jamal had a really good game too. But we stuck with a hot hand, and even after the fumble, just didn't lose faith in him. Said, let's keep going.
Back over here.
Eli, going into the half, you guys had used the timeout to get the ball back, save yourself some time. How did the field position factor into the way you guys approached that, and how much of that was just being conscious of the young quarterback?
A lot. So we wanted to be aggressive and get the ball back with as much time as we had as we could, save the timeout just in case we needed it. But once the ball got inside the 20, then it was important for us not to give them the ball back. And so it was just really a kind of a run situation. Once we broke the 50, and then we hit that 3rd down, we thought we were going to get another opportunity. Obviously, the intentional grounding calls weren't great for us, which I think forced us out of the field goal range, if I remember right.
Give another one. Cody.
Just what'd you make of the defense's performance overall, just the penalties, but then also the big plays to...
Yeah, I mean, I think senior nights always get a little bit emotional, right? And so we were out of character and out of context there for a little bit. I've never seen so many first downs given to a team through penalties. But our ability to stay in the fight, we forced them to 0 for 3 on 4th down conversions, scored 2 touchdowns. So, that quarterback's really good at throwing the football. He does a really nice job of reading the RPOs. But overall, pretty good night. 52 rushes for 110 yards. I mean, that's about 2.5 a carry, which is pretty good defensively.
Do you have another one, Cody?
Yeah, just
Go ahead.
you mentioned Pride in your opening, but just how cool was it to see him capitalize on some of those bigger plays?
Say that again. Pride.
Torian Pride.
Yeah, awesome. I mean, to have that as your senior night game, to have a pick six, have a fumble recovery for 70-something yards that led us to a touchdown. I mean, obviously, I don't know what the final was, 49-27. So, those 3 turnovers that led to touchdowns are the difference in the game, right? 2 pick sixes, and Ahmad was able to capitalize on that run to score off the field goal muff.
Coach, you'd said after last week that you would have wanted to get Matt into more of a rhythm early on. You touched on that earlier here. But what did you like about this time around being able to get him starting fast, completing 4 of his first 5 passes, even though he ended up only attempting, I think, 15 passes?
Yeah, just like the way the game was called. Thought he had a good rhythm. Looked like he was confident in his reads.
You're in the middle.
Coach, today was one of the most explosive performances from the offense this year. Multiple runs over 30 yards, multiple passes over 20. What did you kind of see that you think led to that?
I mean, obviously individual effort by the offensive line and the running backs, but then I thought, I just think our guys had the will. I mean, they willed it to happen. I mean, I think obviously Donovan's catch kind of jump-started the engines for everybody, but Manning, what a great yards after catch run too. So I think everybody just, again, brothers are born for adversity. We were playing for something bigger than ourselves tonight, and I think it showed.
Back middle.
Coach, you kind of mentioned the difficult last few weeks. What did it say about the fan base that even amidst that, they still come out, pack the stadium, were really loud in that first half, and kind of about the program you guys have built the last few years?
Yeah, always appreciative to our fans to sell out. I mean, to keep the streak going has been awesome. They've been wonderful, on this streak. And when we ran out of the tunnel, man, it was loud, and our fans were strong for us and very appreciative. Yeah.
Over here on the left.
Coach, obviously that first touchdown contested grab by Donovan. What did you see from him on that catch, and how has he continued to progress over the course of the season, especially these last couple weeks?
Yeah, I think he's been always really good at contested catches, even from the first highlight play we put from fall camp when he made the one-handed catch. And it's just kind of what his area of expertise is. I think him and Matt have a lot of trust in each other, and that's kind of been really good for Matt. As he's, working through this, he's got somebody he can really rely on, be comfortable with.
I think you mentioned it as soon as the game was over last week about this team coming back and, resetting its goals but still having something to play for. What did you see out of your guys all week long, even after maybe some of the goals had to change?
Yeah, our number 1 team goal or number 3 team goal is compete for championships, right? And so a couple of those championships got knocked off, but there's still a bowl game championship out there. Our trophy games are still out there, and then obviously tonight was about getting a rock for the seniors. It's something we're really proud of. We're 6-0 in rock games here, and it's something that our team knows. They know it's important. They know it's about playing for something bigger than yourself, and players are very competitive, and they understand. Like I said last week, you want to put your whole self into it, and you want to believe and fight. But a warrior knows there's always more battles to fight, and this team's got a heart of a warrior. And I think you look at Zion Young and the way he plays and the way he goes. I think our team takes a lot of his leadership, and I knew they were going to be ready to keep playing. Reset, refocus, and
Finish up down here with Eli.
Coach, we saw Bo throwing a little on the field before the game. Just how close was he to playing? And
yeah, this is about this team. We'll address that stuff next week. This is about this game, this team, what we did. All that's future speculation. We'll talk about that next week.
All right, Coach, that's all we got.
MIZ.